of education or best form of intervention. And that science changes on us quite a bit, so we're constantly having to relearn and to retool our individual education plans so that they're based on the most up-to-date, appropriate science. And so we offer a science-driven program that's data-driven and should yield the best outcome for children.
One thing about skills is that they need to be reinforced, and what they learn need to be used over and over.
Certainly.
How do you work with people in the residence homes and the families when they go home and visit, or as they prepare to go out to keep these skills going?
That's a great question, and I think one of the primary benefits to short-term residential options is that we provide the residential care and treatment as well as the educational treatment. So, for example, our unit managers, which would manage a group home out in the community, would be principally in charge of ensuring that the interventions we use in the Learning Center and the day education program are very similar, if not exactly the same, as interventions that are used in that home at night and on the weekends. Then you can take an example of a child that doesn't reside with us but resides with their parents, and we meet frequently and we have family care meetings to ensure that we are providing the education that the parents think is most appropriate, and that we're sharing common language and using common interventions that increase the likelihood of the gains these children make here generalizing to another environment like the home. And that way we ensure there's a lot of continuity in the types of intervention and education we offer. And an interesting question has come up from other people, and that is, what's the length of the educational day? Well, if you want to look at actual school hours, we're here from 8:30 to 2:30, but our children are in a learning environment until they go to sleep at night. And it really approximates a home setting, if it's not in the home setting. And I think it's that combination of what we do in the Learning Center and what we do with families and with children in our residential units outside of the learning day that really results in the positive outcomes you see for our children.
When you have an exceptionality, it's probably more important to have that structure and that continuity. And you do offer trainings for parents that even if they have a child, in the 186 school district, that can take advantage of some of your free trainings. What types of things are important for you to present in these trainings?
Well, we train both families, we train physicians, we train teachers, we train other providers like psychologists and occupational therapists and physical therapists. We want to disseminate the best science to the public, and the public are those families and those community providers that are either assessing or intervening with children and families. Your question about structure is a great one. Because these children have unique learning patterns and unique behaviors, they do require more structure and a more targeted approach, because something has arrested the normal development, which is the definition of a developmental disability.
And which is why they're here.
That's why they're here. That's why they're interfacing with us. We have the Autism Project, which is a clinic on Spring Street that provides free assessment for children and families, that provides free training to all those community providers, and provides free training to parents. We have a seminar series that provides a nightly seminar once a month on a specialized topic. We use our contacts and we bring in recognized experts on the national level to present and share their most recent up-to-date science with parents and practitioners alike, so that we have someone who may be providing a service sitting next to a parent and communicating together and learning from a recognized expert that has the most up-to-date science. And it's a nice way for us to stay tuned with that science and also meet the needs that parents tell us they have. We need more information.
Because the parents are the expert on their child.
Without a doubt.
And that information has to flow back and forth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're very lucky to have you here. You come to us from Harvard, and a wealth of information and background, which makes Springfield very lucky and Illinois very lucky to have you. You serve people from all over Illinois, and really even Central Illinois? Midwest or anywhere?
We serve certainly children from across the state, north, central, and south. We've had children in the past from other states. And the question of service is a good one. We serve children when they come to our campus. And then we also conduct research here that helps us measure the outcomes and ensure we're doing the very best for children. And we have a responsibility, if we're doing something that's cutting edge, state of the art, to share that with the professionals across the United States to ensure that they can benefit from what we're learning is the best practice. So we write in the professional literature, we present on the national level, and share the successes we have here outside of the state. So we arguably serve children from east to west coast, and actually we publish sometimes in international journals about the great interventions we're able to provide here at the school.
And are there special things? What are you most proud of that you're working on that
Certainly,
people will benefit from?
Certainly our ability, we've been commissioned with the University of Chicago and Southern Illinois Carbondale to assess the state system to serve children with autism and augment that system to make changes in the system. Certainly those findings are very helpful to other states trying to catch up with what seems to be an epidemic, which is the diagnosis of autism. That's something we're very proud of. We have therapeutic classrooms that will be beginning in the fall that are day education programs for children with significant emotional disorders. Those are programs that we've been writing about for many years. My research team has, and it brings a very, very high quality service that's short-term in nature to Central Illinois and allows more data to be collected to fine-tune that program and share it with other providers.
I know we get a lot of parent helpline phone calls about students that their behavior just does not allow them to stay in school.
Right.
And is that considered, usually there's a reason for that. Is there any certain amount of exceptionality or number of developmental disabilities that are needed to come here to Hope?
No, we are credentialed to provide services to children with developmental disabilities. Also, a separate designation is autism, even though it is a developmental disability. We, what's called other health impairment, and that's OHI, and that's a federal education designation, but that's for children that have some sort of health impairment that significantly interacts or arrests their ability to learn in the general education environment. We are also endorsed to provide services to children with emotional disturbance, which could be depression, anxiety disorders, etc. A lot of our children have comorbid disorders, we call them, which means they may have autism, but they also have an anxiety disorder. They may have Down syndrome, but also have depression. And our ability to provide intervention across the symptomatologies is what makes us, I think, very different than other educational environments.
Well, we are going to view a video now that shows this difference in the special program that you have, and then we'll come back and wrap up.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Well, Amanda's 12, and she has Down syndrome, autism, bipolar disorder, and quite a few challenging medical problems.
Robbie's diagnosis is cerebral palsy, although he doesn't really match up with anything that his doctors had seen before.
Developmental disabilities come in many forms, ranging from mild to severe. They include mental retardation, autism spectrum disorder, and delays due to head injury or illness. The challenges for children with multiple disabilities and their families are many.
We were from a very supportive community and had very supportive family and friends and neighbors. But when it comes down to actually coping with challenges on a day-to-day basis within the family unit, it can be very, very difficult. And it got to the point where we felt like Amanda needed more than we could provide, despite our best efforts.
At home, when he was still living at home, he would get very easily frustrated, and we struggled a lot just getting from point A to point B without him flopping down on the floor or deciding he didn't want to go or wanting to go somewhere that I didn't want him to go. We frequently struggled.
Since 1957, the Hope School, an educational and residential center, has been a place of encouragement, a place where the focus has been on learning and expanding the possibilities for children and youth with exceptionalities. More than 40 years ago, the Hope School was founded with one student in a modest 6-room house in Springfield, Illinois. Today, the Hope School offers a wide variety of programs and services to nearly 100 children and youth with developmental disabilities ranging in age from 5 to 21.